Hello, everybody, and good Saturday afternoon for you all. My name is Miguel, aka Mighty Migs, and I'm the host of this Passion for Acting podcast episode. And today I've got my friend and fellow actor as a guest. Her name is Sariah Roberts. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. But you know what? It's good to see you here. But all the way out in Adelaide, you are actually you're not in Adelaide in general, but you're like an hour away. Am I correct?
Three in the middle of nowhere.
You're still somewhere. You're still down under. We'll come and rescue you. But cool. But before we go further ahead with this tomfoolery here today, I'd like to mention that the podcast episode's sponsor is Sydney Actors Association. And if you're an actor looking to sharpen their craft in any way, shape, or form, please visit the Instagram page on the description box below if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram. And you can reach out to my good friend and main acting coach, Stam Haft. He's a good man himself. He's helped me come a long way. And if you're an actor looking to sharpen their skills and just connect with good people in general and good actors, this could be the right place for you. But without further ado, give us an introduction about yourself, Sariah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sariah Roberts. I am an actor from Australia. I filmed in Australia. I filmed over in Asia. I absolutely love my martial arts. I ride motorbikes, horses, archery, just a real go-getter. And I simply absolutely love my craft. That's pretty much me.
Ooh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, look, it's good to have you on board, especially how, I've got my own passion projects and you got your own passion projects coming up. It's going to create your it's going to get your creative juices going in so many ways, and it's going to keep you ambitious, which is a good thing. Now, can you please tell us about your recent experiences filming a bunch of verticals recently in China?
Oh, China. China has a very special place in my heart. So I went to China thinking I'm probably going to do like 3. I nearly shot 30 there, and I did a range of roles. I was the young girl. I was the mother. I was the evil bitch. I did so many different characters, and it was really enlightening. Not all the scripts are great, but some of them, they allow you to kind of work with the script and change the words. And just once there's that trust there, that a lot of the time, 99.99% of the time, I've been allowed to play. And I got to meet incredible humans from all over the world. I have so many actor friends everywhere, all over the globe, and it was an amazing experience. I learned a lot about myself as an actor. I got to dive into so many different roles, so many different sets, having to learn scripts fast. That is one of the best skills that you can get over there. You are given a big ass script. You got to learn that stuff fast. Like there was one where I had a day role and I learned 10 pages within, I don't know, 30 minutes. Like you learn quick improv skills, different accents. I do a whole bunch of different voices, also a voiceover actor. So yeah, it was really, really fun and enlightening. And I love Asia. I've been asked to go over there and film a few feature films, but I am down here with my family at the moment due to health reasons, my father's health reasons. But I'd love to go back over there and jump on some feature films soon, hopefully.
Okay, we'll never say never, right? Because like you said, it has a special place in your heart. China itself, I mean, I'm a big fan of certain types of Chinese cuisines anyway, just like Cantonese ones and a bit of mainland Szechuan, but I'm pretty sure you had some of that. But in terms of that, what was your favorite role that you've played in a vertical so far?
Ooh, okay. So when I first went there, originally was the character that I played. It was a lead role, and she's a really strong female she had small vulnerable moments, but she was a strong character. I got some great scenes out of that. But then it shifted to this psychopathic character. Now, they gave me really big boobs and a really big ass, y'all. It was out here. And this character was psycho. And I remember the producers coming out and they're like, Sariah, you remind us of Harley Quinn. You're freaking crazy. We love you. Do what you want. So I got to change the script, play around, and I got some amazing footage. And my coach saw this and said, darling, you need to send this to American Horror Story. I said, no, it's vertical footage. She says, no. This is amazing work, what you've done with this character. And so I got to tap into that psychopathic energy. And it was so fun. So fun. And I remember them So in China, sometimes they'll go around in Australia, you have safety protocol where they won't give you a real hammer and nail. Here and sometimes in China, they're going to give you a real hammer and nail. And they gave me this baton and I had to walk around and I called it my special stick. And so when it was time to get Sariah, come and get your special stick. It was so funny. I got to be so psychotic with that character. And it was, special. She has a special place in my heart, that one.
You know what? It sounds like Rang Kim Kardashian you were actually playing just there, where your synthetic stuff. I mean, the synthetic body parts that you were just talking about. You know, like you said,
huge. So because he had to squeeze my ass. That was the whole thing. Big juicy ass. And they put me in a leopard print dress, red lipstick. I said, we must do the red lipstick, big lashes. It's just the most funny look with big fur coat. And they just had this stick that I was just beating people with. And I was a full psychopath. Even the voice and everything. My friends that watch go, is this your voice? I'm like, yeah. Like, you're creepy. I said, no.
Sounds like they were just having a perv there. So yeah, just while you're doing it, it's like, it's like the Aussie Jessica Rabbit, everybody. Damn, you know. So yeah, it's the Aussie Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, she's taken a few hits to the head.
Well, I hope you haven't, because you don't deserve to get hit in the head. Not that I know of, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you. When we spar, maybe that'll be different. Here's Sarah, knock some sense into you. Remember this one, boom.
Okay. I'm gonna have to buy the mouth guard now and the groin guard because, like, I don't know. I mean, you might hit me low, yeah.
Don't take me for that. I'm nice. Okay, that's happened by accident and sparring. Sometimes very rare. Okay, I'm a good sparring partner.
Oh my god! Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, but we're going to teach you some cinematic stuff as well. You know what I mean? So that you can look good on camera in case if you get the role as one of the villains in one of my upcoming police movies, you're going to be, let's make sure that it looks theatrical and cinematic over looking too technical because otherwise it's not going to sell. You know what I mean? So yeah. But speaking of which, what is your dream role and why?
Oh, I have so many. See, I love playing the villain. I want to do something fantasy, like maybe a villain, like a very morally grey vampire character, dragon character, something that is fantasy, that is a morally grey heroine. That's what I would like to play. Fingers crossed, maybe I'll write that role, or an absolute psychopath. Like I enjoy playing Grace so much. So we'll see. But I'm putting it out to the universe now. That's what I'd love to do, something fantasy. Fantasy.
Okay. And in terms of that, I mean, are there any female actors or just even male actors who inspire you up to these days? Do you have, modern day inspirations like me having Denzel and Tom Cruise? Or do you have, or who are they?
There's so many, but I have one in particular who inspired me. It's Bryan Cranston from watching Breaking Bad. Oh, his character work from beginning to end is chef's kiss. He's my favorite. So I watched him and I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. I want that role that you just completely twist your mind and you evolve from. He always had, it was Walter White. What was his? Heisenberg. He always had Heisenberg deep inside of him, but it just came out later on, right? Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think, I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I think, the first one was just a lead up to the second one, but it was still good. It got me hooked, because there were some things there that was kind of disturbing, but actually highly entertaining, when I watched it, yeah. So now that you mentioned Breaking Bad with Bryan Cranston there, I think I'd like to watch it now. So yeah, I'd like to watch the rest.
I've got to.
Oh, okay. All right.
You have to, mate.
All right. Oh, you know what? I think when I do, you'll forgive me one day for being a prick to you, huh?
Hold on, it's cut out. You there?
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Yeah, internet. Could have loved the internet. There we go. What did you say again?
I just said, look, one of these days, if I watch the whole seasons of Breaking Bad, you'll forgive me for being a prick to you, right?
Only if you watch all the seasons. Only then. That's my rule. That's it. Otherwise, friendship done. Goodbye.
All right, done, done. I'll find another ginger spice then if that's the case. You know what I mean? So yeah. Uh,
Oh, no one's
uh,
like me, darling.
no. All right. Well, I'll take your word for it. I don't want to lose you then. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So what about that character of Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad inspires you? Is it like the mentor kind of role that he has, and or just like he's got his ways of trying to survive and make a living for his family? Remember how like even he's got some friction within his own family. Like he accidentally impregnated his wife, with their second or third kid, from what I can remember. But now he doesn't. I think from what I can remember as well, he doesn't want that kid either, does he?
God, this is taken back. I haven't watched it in so long. I can't remember at the pregnant part. I just remember where he started as man, it was quite soft. People would push him around. He's a highly intelligent man who was a teacher when he should have been a professor. He was dealt a really bad hand in life, and he got cancer, and he decided to try and help his family. And then he found this power within himself, and that evolved and grew into a monster. But at the same time, he died being someone that he was semi-proud of, but also ashamed of. He was ashamed of some things he did, but he died semi-proud because he found his inner strength. And I found that so empowering to go from where he was to where he ended up, regardless of the mishaps that happened along the way. I think that was pretty incredible.
Okay, okay, yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna get hooked on this again because I was hooked on the first two seasons, but for some reason I just forgot about the third and the rest of the seasons after that because life gets busy. We're not kids anymore. I mean, I'm a kid at heart as well, but biologically I'm not a kid anymore. So life gets on, and you need to pursue your ambitions. You need to pay the bills, but at the same time, let that keep inspiring you. Yeah, because without that kind of thing, it's hard to stay driven. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I can see you playing the good girl and the bad girl. You can play the good cop, and you can play even like something like Catwoman. Look out, Anne Hathaway, but you can play someone like Catwoman, in my opinion, or maybe a Charlie's Angel. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Look, I would love to chuck myself in totally different roles. Someone said to me, "You've got a universal face," and I was like, "That's a sort." Because some actors have got a train line, and they are just that's where they want to go. Look at The Rock or Angelina Jolie, for example. They are the spy, the agent, the spy, the agent. That's what they go for. And then you have character actors. Look at Leonardo DiCaprio. Great example. Character actor, Meryl Streep, Jessica Chastain. There's so many out there that I could list who are beautiful character actors, and they completely transform themselves, right? And I love that. And
Okay.
I also love the thought of playing a character that is a real person, someone that really, really existed. And so you have the weight of your soul knowing that you played someone. I did that for a domestic violence film, and that weighed on me very, very heavy. And I've got one coming up where I've got the lead role. It's a real story in Australia. I cannot say too much, but it's with Craig McLachlan and John Jarrett. And I've got the lead role in that. That's a feature film. And I'm very excited as an Irish character. And it's a real person. It's I can't say too much, but yeah. So I'm
Okay.
very excited for that.
Only say what you need to say, and that's it. Because you don't want to give it away. I don't want you to get into trouble just because of this public platform here. But good on you, because there's always something to look forward to. One project's done, you can look forward to the next one. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, you need to just keep being you. You know what I mean? You just need to keep being
Mhm.
you. You just need to keep setting a standard for yourself. I mean, what I mean by that is that you know what kind of roles you like to play. Stick to them as much as you can, but try not. I'm not saying you are compromising, but try not to compromise with your own standards and your convictions, because at the end of the
Of
day,
course.
you just because it's about your dignity. Because if you compromise once or twice, you're going to keep compromising, and at the same time, you just love those roles. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm excited to give you a screen test soon for my upcoming police movie. To see if you can really play that one of the one of the bad guys, not guys, one of the bad people. I mean, you're probably going to be the only female villain in the whole film. So at least you get to
Mm.
stand out there somehow if you get the role. So and it's funny
Hmm.
because like the bad guys like they have a nickname. They're called Red Masks. So we can the red masks. So you're a redhead, going to be wearing a red mask. So yeah.
Cool, fun, love it, creative.
I, I didn't create. I didn't come up with that character because, like I only just wrote the draft, and it's the writer and director who come up with those characters itself and all that stuff. So yeah, but okay,
Ah, cool.
yeah. Look, that's why when it comes to me drafting all these synopsises and layouts and all that stuff, it's the way I like it is I like to collaborate with people who are better than me in that department, so that when you collaborate with other people, uh, the sky's not even the limit, not even for you. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So yeah, you just have
Hmm.
to.
Hmm.
That's what I would suggest, but it's your career, and but at the same time, how has martial arts actually shaped you as a person and motivated you to stay in shape for your acting career?
Well, I fell in love with martial arts 2 years ago. I went through some stuff, and to rebuild myself, I wanted to take up Muay Thai. And then I absolutely fell in love with it when I was over in Asia. I went to Thailand to train, in Vietnam, and I've got this beautiful community now. And I feel stronger as a person, more sure of myself. Even just walking down the street as a woman, I feel like I have more power, not to go like you're trying to get into a fight, but just to defend myself. And it feels really, really good. And I love watching choreography, fight choreography on screen. And I was like, God, I'd really like to do that. That'd be an amazing challenge. And so now I have been training myself and getting to that point where now I would like to do an action reel and be able to go for more action roles. So it's a really big goal of mine. And I'm writing two feature films at the moment, one with a writing partner, one by myself that have a lot of action in it. So I'm very, very excited. But yeah, it's I recommend anyone to do it. It teaches you discipline, it teaches you mind body connection, and you'll just feel better for it. It's a skill I think everyone should know is how to defend themselves, and you get a
Awesome.
whole community out of it. It's cool.
Yeah, I think you just need to surround yourself with like-minded people in general because
Hmm.
you are the product of your own environment, and because for me,
Yeah.
I've been in environments before where it's toxic, and I became toxic, and vice versa. And especially at this journey as an actor, you're doing the right thing so far, because setbacks happen for a reason, and a lot of times setbacks are there to help you develop your character in for the better, not for the worse. It's only going to be worse if you allow it to be for the worse, because you and I know individuals who have actually, setbacks happen, they give up on life and they become miserable. But that's not us. You know what I mean? That's not us.
Mm.
It doesn't sound like you
Mm.
at all. Um, we've all had our struggles. I'm not going to say I'm the only one who has had struggles over the years, but struggling in the gym, struggling in life, it should help you develop your strength, inner strength, because outer strength is actually different to inner strength. Because in the long run, it's your inner strength that's going to help you get through the thick and
Hmm.
thin and
Spot on.
whatnot. Yeah, yeah. But but anyway, look, I mean, you're glowing. I can see you glowing there. So
Am
uh,
I glowing? Stop it.
yeah, it just could be. Hey,
See, I've got the light shining down on me. No.
it just could be the
A little
Riverside app,
bit.
So yeah, so it's making you shine. But thank you, Riverside app, for making her shine. If you can hear us, yeah. And even though technology sucks, it's good that we can connect over here because we're still in different parts of Down Under. But it's because of this I get to talk to my friend here and soon to be fellow movie star. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, so in terms of acting. Okay, who has been your best mentor as an actor so far, and why? If you can think of anybody.
Are you talking about who has trained me personally?
Yeah, trained you, or just mentored
Um,
you, or just somebody who's just encouraged you from beginning until now.
I have a whole list, but I'm going to make it short. So I say Howard Fine was my original coach, the Howard Fine Studio. And then Felicity Jerd has been she's coached me a little bit, but mainly more for voice. She's absolutely fantastic. She is the voice coach for Mad Max and a lot of those films. She's phenomenal. And then Pip Edwards, shout out to my girl Pip, who is an amazing coach. And God, that woman, she can act. She can damn act. She has helped me so much with developing myself. I've got some amazing tape Stanley books, some good stuff. Have booked some good stuff too. Shout out to those two ladies in particular, Felicity Jerd and Pip Edwards. They are freaking amazing. So they've helped me, Miles.
I've met Felicity Jerd before online because I did a couple of sessions with her. I know who you're talking about. And I've never actually met Pip Edwards at all, but she and I follow each other on Instagram. Yeah, we follow each other on Instagram. So I know who she is, yes. I know of her, but not her personally just yet. So you never know.
Okay, I recommend it. But it's good to train with different people because then you get a different insight because I'm going, oh, what's your method? I don't really have one. I have imagination here or method there, just whatever the character is. But just to have different coaches give you different insight will help you develop as an actor and as a person. So
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I got two mentors myself as well. I've had a few mentors over the years. I think my main one at the moment is my agent, John Clare Lee. Shout out to you, good sir. Much love. Thank you for believing in me from day one. But this isn't about me. This is about Sariah here. So I'm not going to steal the spotlight from her. But I like this also mention Sam Haft, who's helped me become even more vulnerable in front of the camera. So because before I started training with him, he ended up, he noticed that he doesn't want me to become the next Jason Statham or Chuck Norris, just the tough guy with no emotions and whatnot. But, he helped me come a long way with that as well. And I've got Stephen Hunter now as well because I hire him. Actually, in fact, his studio is just a few blocks away from my place in Chatswood. So I hire him. I reach out to him whenever I have big auditions or self tapes. For recently it was Extraction Part 3, and what else is there? A couple of TV shows. Gosh, I can't even remember now that we are putting myself in the spot here. But this year, I would say he's starting to change my life in that context because he helped me get rid of the myths of self-tapes. Like a lot of us guys or girls would just think, oh, what if I'm not the look they're looking for, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's beyond our control, but it's not always about the look. Quite often, it's about how you perform, like the audition. And bingo, spot on. Sariah is going to be playing this role because she nailed it over someone we thought was going to be better for the role. We think now Sariah is going to be better for the role. So, and then he's helped me get that myth off my head, and now I could actually focus. And when you get back to Sydney sometime soon, I highly recommend that you reach out to him as well, so that you can, in case you have big auditions, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when you do, it's worth every penny. I'll tell you how much he charges in a private tone, but the thing is, he's a good dude himself. Yeah. But
it's good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just like you and I as personal trainers, I mean, you're a former personal trainer, but if one person trains with us both at two different periods of time, let's just say that, he or she may actually learn things that are different from me compared to what you would teach him or her. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
Yeah, so there we go. So, yeah, you know what? I know this is about your acting career, but, hopefully you become a personal trainer again because you look the part.
Thank you. No, I left PT a long time ago. I did love it, but it kind of stopped me from wanting to work out at the gym as much too. God, when did I stop PT? 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago now. But you never know. But I'm more focused on just acting, more voiceover work as well, writing. That's the direction that I really want to go in. And I'm so narrow focused there.
I know.
And things are moving along.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, yeah? Slow and steady wins the race, yeah. So think of nothing wrong with being the tortoise in this journey of acting or just life. You don't want to be the hare who just gets ahead and all of a sudden they disappear and they just vanish, because we all know that maybe just a few people in the beginning of our acting careers as individuals that it seems like they were progressing faster than us. But then,
And then,
yes, and then after a few years or maybe even less, you don't hear about them acting anymore because they don't appreciate the progress. You know what I mean? The progress that comes along with it, and nothing wrong with
or you can just stop.
true.
Just because you book something. So, like, there's been actors, I think Home and Away, Neighbours, for example, actors who book big projects and then they just don't book. And I've seen stories about it. I'm talking about it. Just because you start booking doesn't mean you're going to continue booking. That's why these actors, even if they're not big A-listers that we know, they're continually booking stuff like to them because it can be really difficult. And that's why I say write your own projects. God, I had a list before that I wanted to kind of read out to everyone about actors who paved their own way. I think that's amazing. A lot of people should think that, oh, I'm going to wait for them to cast me. Don't wait. They say, oh, no, there's so many projects. Platforms have opened up a big opportunity for you to write your own stuff. Look at, here, I'm going to get a list up because I really wanted to read this to everyone here because it personally inspired me. So we all know Sylvester Stallone with Rocky, right? He was homeless, and you got Damon and Ben Affleck, right? Matt Damon and Ben Affleck with Good Will Hunting. Peg and Wright's team, Tyler Perry. Oh, there was another one on the top of my head. I think it was Adam Sandler made a lot of his own stuff. And the guys from, do you remember Hot Fuzz? Do you remember Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead? Do you remember those guys, those comedians? Names have just eluded me now. They made their own stuff. So many actors that we see. Reese Witherspoon broke in. She made her own project.
Yeah, I think
Didn't get cast.
I think that's a good point there because every actor's got a different journey, and those actors that you mentioned, that was their breakthrough, because nobody wanted to cast Stallone because he had a horrible voice according to the casting directors back then, or the producers, so but at the end of the day he believed in the product, and that's why he didn't want to sell the Rocky for God knows how much he was offered, maybe 100K or maybe more or less. But he said, no, I'm not selling it unless I'm the actor. You know what I mean? Then his persistence paid off. And I know about that story of Good Will Hunting with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon because they co-wrote it together, and I love that. Yeah, I love that, how that's their breakthrough. I'm not big on Ben Affleck per se, but I love Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. So Bourne Ultimatum, yeah, that's my favorite movie of his. Yeah, but if you take a look at, have you seen Once Were Warriors, for example?
Once Were Warriors. I don't think I have.
It's a Kiwi movie. When you watch it, you'll recognize some of the actors there. A few of them have made it to Hollywood. Cliff Curtis, Tamora Morrison. I just name a couple, because it's a very low budget film. But I tell you what, I've never been so shook up after watching a movie because it's like,
really,
yeah. It's about the, what do you call that? The Housing Commission part of Auckland, New Zealand. How Jake the Muss is played by Tamara Morrison, a bit of a deadbeat dad who's into drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. But I'm not going to give it too much away because it's I'd like to get you to watch it, and just judge it for yourself. And so that way, when you watch it without or less spoilers, it's gonna have a bigger impact on you and whatnot. Yeah, but cool. And what is your favorite movie, or do you have any favorite movies and why?
Oh, favorite movie. It's a childhood one. It's called The Silver Brumby. I think it was one of Russell Crowe's first movies ever. It's always been because it's my childhood movie. I made my parents watch that movie so many times when I was younger. When Thara, I don't want to say it just in case someone wants to watch it, but something happens at the end, and I replayed it over and over and drove my parents absolutely mental. Like they didn't want to see the name Silver Brumby. But anyway, I was thinking that is probably my favorite movie of all. Is there a favorite comedy or something? That's My Boy, Major Pain, White Chicks.
White Chicks.
Oh, there isn't. is so good. Major Pain.
Yeah, Major
Have you
Pain. Yeah.
seen that?
Oh yeah,
My name is Jennifer Major Pain.
that's right. Hey, give me a finger. It's like, you want me to show you a little trick to get your mind off that pain? Now they may feel a little pressure. Oh, my finger. Oh, my
You
finger.
little turd.
It's like, I love that. You're a little turd. It's like, you're no longer little turds. You're now called maggots. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, yeah. It's, I like you. Just like, I like you a lot.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, one more to add on to that. It's not a film, it's a TV series, but two of these actors are absolutely insane. It's Outlander. The acting in that is chef's kiss. They've won a lot of awards. Katrina Belfry, I think, hopefully I'm saying her name right, and Sam Hewn.
Same.
Absolutely insanely. And who was, oh my God, I've forgotten his name in the very beginning, who played her husband and then played his ancestor back in time. He's a phenomenal actor. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah. You want to watch good acting? Oops, sorry. That's my phone that's gone off there making those funny noises. Yeah, they're
Wow.
really good.
Yeah, some of these movies that, aside from Major Pain and all that, I've never even heard of Silver Brumby at all. So that's awesome. It sounds like it's an Aussie production. Am I correct?
It is. It's something that I just love from my childhood. So if I want to watch anything that just wants to make me feel like the little girl again, I put that on. I have there's so many different films I like, but that's the one that just came straight off my head.
Oh, okay. Is
That's
that
what's in my heart.
similar to Reckless Kelly by any chance? Or like, have you seen that movie called Reckless Kelly? It's an Aussie movie. Like, it's like,
No.
I think it's a spoof of what do you call that? Ned Kelly story. That's why it's called Reckless Kelly. So obviously,
Huh?
yeah, yeah. So Ned Kelly, from what I can remember, is obviously that guy who's an outlaw. You know what I mean? Like for the good. And I'm not good at history anymore. I haven't studied that stuff since primary school, since the mid '90s. So don't take my word for it. So yeah,
Neither have
but
I.
yeah,
Neither have I.
yeah. There are some like Aussie productions there that are just not very popular, but they're really good quality. It's just
Hmm.
I'm talking about Crocodile Dundee level, but it's just not as popular.
Classic.
Yeah, it's just not as popular.
No.
Yeah, so I think we have a lot of potential here down under to make some great films, and I'm glad you and I can be pioneers of that. Because we're in this generation now. You and I, while we're auditioning for bigger and better things, we like to create our own project and passion projects. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it is what it is. But I like it. I like it. I like the story that you have at the moment, and a lot of people will give up to where like give up if they're in a similar situation to you. And what I mean by that, they're just going to say, f this, I'm out of here because it's not working out. It's only not going to work out if you give up on it. That's it. You either make it or you die trying to make it. Either way, you're gonna have no regrets either way. That's the best advice I can give to someone like yourself or people who are listening to this, because they're going to be our fellow actors who are going to be listening to this episode anyway. Or mostly. I mean, my mom and dad are going to be listening to this later on, and or when I upload it. That's why I'm not going to try to say something too cheeky because anyway, that's for another
Mom and
topic.
Dad
So
are watching. I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
oh,
Hi, Mom and
yeah.
Dad. If you're watching, hello.
You know what? I mean, all I got to say to you is just be glad you don't have Asian or Filipino parents. Yeah. So anyway, I love my mom and dad. I'm not going to talk bad about them, and I mock them sometimes. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to talk bad about them in a live podcast interview. So yeah.
You
Um,
might cop it a bit later for that.
you know what? They can joke, because Filipino sense of humor is different to Aussie humor. So I have a lot more of an Aussie humor, like because obviously I've grown up
Mm.
here and whatnot, so they can understand the humor that I have. So sometimes 'cause they understand that sometimes it's okay to tease your parents, you know what I mean, in the Aussie culture, but in most Asian cultures, including Filipinos, it can come across as disrespectful. So, but I'm a westernized kid, I don't
Mm.
care. So who cares? They love my sense of humor anyway, because especially how I've grown up here and whatnot.
Oh.
But um, it is what it is. So how are you staying busy there? And are you still auditioning while you're there in South Australia or what?
I have, but only lightly because I'm down here with my dad, so it can make it a little difficult. I have been asked to go over to China a few times, nearly every second week now. I have started auditioning with my new agent, Creations Talent, which is great. So it's been a bit slow, but I'm kind of happy for that because of what's going on right now with my dad. So that's kind of where my priorities are. Um, but yeah, it's also winter time right now, so things might be a little bit slower, but they've started to trickle in. But it's also given me time to focus on writing my own projects. I am supposed to be doing a sizzle reel for a rom com feature film, which I've jumped on. The script is bloody brilliant. I'm so excited for that. Oh, I'm excited for that. Very, very excited.
Oh, nice.
Helping with getting the team together for that one. Um, yeah, so that's okay. But things have started to trickle in. So yeah,
Hmm.
and doing some voiceover stuff here. I've got my little voiceover stuff. I've got my little soundboard here, my microphone, and then just doing heaps of writing. So I'm trying to keep myself busy. Doing martial arts. I've got my motorbike out there and riding, and yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds good because not many people will be doing what you and I were doing. They're just like writing your own script and just, there's no point waiting for auditions here and there because like it's seasonal. Like what you said, it seems to be dry because it's winter there and there's winter here as well. But for me, it's the other way around. But who knows? I could come up with a season of drought sometime soon again, just like last year. Last year was so dry
Mm.
for myself and compared along with a few other actors I know. But this is our journey. It's not meant to be raining every day. It's not meant to be sunny every day. But this is just the season, to cherish the season while you can, So yeah, and then, when you go through a season of drought, you can recharge your batteries. And what I mean by that, let the hunger and the drive come back in because of the drought. You know what I mean? And then sooner or later, things will start picking up. In most cases, slowly but surely, but you just got to keep at it, So yeah, but
Mm.
but before we conclude shortly, and ask you the last question and whatnot, but what what is your favorite script that you're writing now? You don't have to give us anything away, but you can just give us if you want to, you can actually just give us the general synopsis of or just the title of your thing, or just a synopsis. Are you keen to share that or
Um,
not? If not,
No, I can. So I've written a fantasy script that would be produced in China. No one get cranky at Miss. AI with voiceover actors is the aim because it's very fantasy. It cost a fortune, an absolute fortune to make with humans. Anyway, so first script I've ever written. They've made the trailer for it, and that's been picked up. Done that. I have one called Unraveled, Lured, and Broken. I'm working Broken. I just kind of put on the backboard. Unraveled is with a writing partner of mine. I can't say too much. It's a psychological thriller in action. And then Lured is actually about sex trafficking. And it includes a story of someone that I love very, very much and what happened to her. It's very quite dark, but I'm really excited where the story's going. It's a good story. So yeah, I'm working on those at the moment. So kind of all very dark. But I'm really passionate. I would like to make a really good story to give more knowledge on how easy it is to be trafficked, how easy it was for my friend to get trafficked, the signs, and to be able to get some proceeds to be able to help people who have been trafficked or to rescue them. That's what I would like to do.
yeah, that's nice to hear. You told me about that something similar recently before, and that's very nice of you. And just keep the passion alive, yeah, okay, because everything
Mm.
happens for a reason. and you can just get creative, get some inspiration from it, and just turn some negatives into a positive somehow. Yeah. And yeah, so one last question is there any type of encouragement you can give to our fellow actors who actually listen to this? Because we both know actors, or at least a few actors who are struggling, you know what I mean? Like struggling to keep afloat with their careers and their drive to succeed in the industry. Is there any type of encouragement that you'd like to give to them right now?
Just don't give up. A lot of people just give up. That's if you really want it, nothing is going to stop you. Because people said to me, you haven't booked really big things. I said, look, I was with a lovely agency and I got a lot of my own work and I decided to go over to Asia and I didn't care if it was vertical. As my coach said, it's still work. You're still being paid to work. And I got a feature film coming out and it started to trickle in. And also a lot of people got put back because we had COVID happen, right? I just got out of school and COVID pretty much came. I had 1 year of pretty much getting my business going. And now things are starting to go back to normal. More projects are happening. Just don't give up and write your own stuff. You're like, oh, that's really hard. You know, the percentage of that happening. No, you actually never know what you come up with might get picked up, but you have to put the effort and work into it. You have to want it more than anything in the world. I want it more than anything in the world. I love my job so much. It gives me more joy than what I can express. And that's why the work does come in. I'm in Adelaide right now. There's not a lot down here. But when I'm enjoying the time off to now create and work on myself. So when I get back to Sydney, I'm ready for it to come in. So just don't give up, guys. Keep strong.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what? Very practical and simple advice you've given there. We appreciate your time, and like what you said, just don't give up. If it's something that you're passionate about, you're not going to give up on it because more than anything, your vision and your ambition should be stronger than any discouragement that you'll face in your whole life or in your career whatsoever. So yeah, so I
Mm.
advise you guys just to stick around and surround yourself with the right people, like they're like-minded people who are just going to
Mm-hmm.
point you in the right direction. And that goes for myself and you as well, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be having any leeches, human leeches around you at all because they'll suck the life out of you. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
that. And use your gut feeling and your intuition to get rid of
Intuition.
such people. Yeah, so your intuition, because for us guys, it's a gut feeling. For you ladies, it's more of an intuition because ladies in general will have stronger intuition than guys. So so just
Mm.
use that. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But we do appreciate your time. And
Mm.
for those of you guys listening to this podcast episode, we thank you so much. And if you haven't done so yet, just please press the like and subscribe buttons if you're watching this on YouTube, because it's gestures like that that encourage me to keep moving forward with more episodes like this and hear from other actors such as like Sariah's story here, to tell their story and to encourage you both. And all I gotta say is never say never, and the best is yet to come. And yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
just stay online for a second after I stop recording here, Sariah. But anyway, thank you for listening once again. And until the next episode, please stay safe and have a great rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Adios.
Bye.